West, y'all.
What's up, Billy?
Yeah, man.
How's it going, man?
Good.
How's Southside, man? What's life over there in Southside?
I tell you what, at the start, I didn't think I'll fit in, but hey, fit in. It's not so bad after all. You know, it's just do your own thing. That's the main thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, how come you didn't feel like you're gonna fit in over there?
Yeah. Well, you know, we growing up as kids.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all know South Side, East Side, and all that. I think that was on my head at the time, and yeah, it's a lot of things going on out south that throughout the years, and yeah, and you just hear things, and yeah, and from there, it's just I thought, am I making the right move, or but in the end, worked out well for the wife and myself.
Yeah, man. Because us, man, we're from out west, man, and there's nothing like out west. But I've never had the chance to live out anywhere else besides Samoa, or maybe in Central. Lived in Central for a year, but that's about it.
I remember that.
Remember that?
I remember that apartment. Yeah, is that 505 or 501 Queen Street?
Man, I think it's 501.
501.
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago, man.
Yeah.
501. Yeah, I remember. Those were the days, eh? Those irresponsible days.
No comment, man. No.
But you remember back then, remember when I had my 40th at your bar?
Yeah.
Remember that bar you had? What was the name of it?
Yeah, that was Moulin Rouge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. That was a good night. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. It's a very good night. You still remember that?
That was my 30th.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I was so lucky to meet you, meet up with you there, because you had that bar. How'd you get that bar in the first place?
There was I was approached when I was managing a restaurant out in Chancery area, and
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I was approached by a customer, like, hey, do you want to? I got this little bar that I think will suit you and your attitude, and I think you're good at what you do, and so come check it out, and we'll have a chat after. So I went. He was Indian guy, and so I went, and I saw it, and the location was good. It's a little easy to manage, and I thought, why not? So I had a little deal with him. He said, "Look, all yours. You just have to pay the weekly rent of $1,000." And it's all yours. And I thought, I can do that. So I call up a mate of mine, JT, Jason Thomas, and I said, hey, he was working at Soul at the time. He was a bartender. and I said to him, hey, come and check this out and see what you think. And so he came and he's like, oh man, I like this spot. What do you reckon? Should we take it? So how much is it? All we have to do is make sure that we pay $1,000 a week and it's ours.
That sounds cheap for that time.
Yes.
'Cause that would have been what? That was 10 years ago, eh?
2000.
15 years ago.
Yeah. 2008?
Yeah, around there. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So
that's cheap. That's a cheap brand, eh? For a place like that. In town, you're in Princess. Princess Wharf. Princess Wharf.
That's right. Yeah. But also, like the guy that approached me is, I think he was a shareholder of the landlords around the area. So I think that's why it's cheap. And he was a regular customer where I used to work at Invito. Yeah.
Invito.
Yeah. So, and I think that's why I got. And he was because it went well while it lasted. So.
So how long did it last for?
3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when I came for my 30th, it was just started, didn't it?
Yeah.
You just got it there.
Yeah. So And
So,
the only reason why we stopped because they have to renew the whole um, license for the premises, and then that's when the real money kick in, and then we're like, oh no, we're not paying for that.
oh,
And
really?
yeah,
So
so
it went up from
yeah,
1,000 to like 2,000 or something.
yeah, triple that.
Triple. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so because and he knew it, like we were making money, and yeah, so yeah, like I said, it was good while it lasts. Yeah, so yeah,
Because that bar, it's a nice bar because you're right, it's small. And it's like a place where not much foot traffic, but if you know what, you go there, eh? So people that go to drink at that bar, they already know.
yeah, which is why I approached JT. He knew a lot of people, and like I knew quite a few people as myself, and so he got a word of mouth just like that, and we were quite busy for a little spot. Unfortunately, we had a license until 6 in the morning, but above us there's all apartments.
Oh.
So if we open later than midnight, of course there's always going to be complaints. So we had to close doors, and when you close the door, you can only probably can manage 20 to 25 people inside, but that gets quite hot inside the place. And yeah, so yeah, it wasn't so bad, but it was like, oh, it gets, if you open the door, they can hear the music. So we ended up like sometimes we leave the door open and just turn the music down. But we still have, all those, the rich, a lot of money that lives around the area. They all kind of complain no matter what. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's an interesting industry to be in, eh? And for people that are in the hospitality business that have been there for a long time, like you have been. It's all the networking, eh? That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like it's the hospitality is what it is. Like it's the way you service people, and if you do good service, your hospitality is great. People take notice. You get these opportunities, and you've had all these opportunities come your way because of that, huh? Over the years, huh?
Yeah, that's very true. But also like you have to like whatever you start, you have to create a good platform, good theme to your business. Like whether it's for example, like we're just gonna do like a cafe sort of food and all that, or you're gonna come up with a good theme that people will like. There are people out there, they don't want to spend lots of money for a stop like at lunchtime. But also if the service is not quick enough, they don't want to go to that place. So it's all sorts of networks that marketing that people do. But the guy that I started working for, he's from Turkey, and he had a well-established restaurant chains, like so Mecca is MECCA, and I got the job through another mate of mine. I said, I come and work here, and it's good. And I was only paying like $15 an hour, but tips on top of that. I thought, I'll take it, and not realizing how big it is that that restaurant chain was at the time. And then found out like I think at the time he owned 7 restaurants, and because he created a good foundation from the start of his business, I think that's why he did well. And as many restaurants as well, they some fail because they don't do it right from the start, or the pricing's just too expensive, or or the service, or whatever, or the quality of what they provide. So I guess like you can't be perfect, but you got to come up with something to make it work. So
Is Mecca still around? Because I remember that, but I've never seen it around.
He was a smart businessman. He sold them all.
All right.
Yeah, he sold nothing. I think he's still got a restaurant in the Viaduct, his main one, but it's not Mecca anymore. I think it's called Giraffe or something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah. So it's still by foxes and the famous foxes.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, because I'm just fascinated about the skills you can get out of the hospitality industry. Yeah, that people don't understand. Like when people say, "Oh, you're a bartender" or "you're a waiter," it's simple, but behind it, you can be as professional as it can be. Like man, I followed this guy on Instagram. I think he's Spanish, but he's like a waiter. But he the way he all his videos are just someone videoing him going up to the table to serve,
yeah.
and he pours the drinks,
Yeah.
and he wears a suit,
Yeah.
and he's real like
Professional.
professional.
Yeah.
Always wearing a suit. Always his hands are delicate, and he's doing his things, and he's holding the tray with the bottle of whiskey, and he mixes it
While
in
he's
front
holding it.
while he's holding it. But even if the guests are standing outside on the deck, he goes out to them and serves them there
Oh, wow.
on the deck, that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I guess like you can make a career out of it. And
It's an art form, I think.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people are actually passionate about it. So yeah, I did for quite some time until I found something else that like I like to do. But yeah, so it's actually it's fun to get involved in meeting different people from different parts of the world. You know, it's just that's an amazing part for me.
Because it's taken you around the world. Because it was your rugby that took you overseas, huh? And then
for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Didn't last long, but
then when you're working in hospitality overseas, you get to learn new things, new cultures in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like even over here as well, like it's becoming quite a multicultural area. But yeah, it's definitely overseas as well. So, meaning you make good friends, and I'm still in touch with a lot of them, like on Facebook. And Facebook I wasn't because I'm not so good with social media posts for a long time. So Facebook wasn't like everyone. Oh, it's just add me on Facebook. I was like, what is Facebook? And so when I got signed up, so I didn't know how to add people, or it's just. But these people I met from all over the world. I've actually made friends with customers as well. I got offered a job at I've got the Chinese restaurant in Melbourne. The guy, a customer I served in New Zealand, offered me a job at what was the Chinese famous restaurant in Melbourne. And at the time I didn't have my passport, so I said yes. Okay, he gave me all the details, but I never got around to it. So, but apparently it's one of the most expensive fine dining restaurants that. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the restaurant on the top of my head in Melbourne, but I just couldn't get around it because I was too lazy to renew a passport, or and so I never got the chance to apply.
But these are the opportunities that come to you because of what you do or what you did, being in the industry. Huh.
Yep, absolutely.
And you must have got heaps. I mean, you telling me about that now. It's like you must have got a lot more.
Yeah, I got off a lot of jobs, not just from around New Zealand, but a few from overseas. But it's also like I'm a very people person. Yeah, so I like to. I always like I'm not shy away to meeting people, introducing myself, or like because it's part of what I used to do. Yeah, it's hospitality. You're always gonna if you don't talk to them, how are you gonna serve them? It's, and the job that I started in the viaduct, I was actually like they hired me as a runner, which is just running food, like out to tables, and you got to learn the table numbers and all that. So make sure you don't take the wrong orders to the wrong table. But the manager at the time and Major D at the time, they were away. So the owner was came in because the manager and the major league were both overseas, and he said to me, "Hey, just I want you to do the door for tonight, so the major league, and just invite people in." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to." And I had my apron and just normal, just dressed up as a waiter at the time. So, and yeah, I did, and I think I made that restaurant full before 7:30 that night without any bookings, and we had Portofino next door empty.
Oh, yeah.
And all I was selling was fish of the day on the menu.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I was chatting all these people from overseas. I was like, what sort of menu, like, because I'm new at this sort of restaurant, fine dining sort of thing. He was just asking, so what sort of food do you guys sell here? I said, I was just making up, because he's Turkish. I said, it's a combination of European, Mediterranean food. But I says, you're in New Zealand now, you got to try the fish of the day, and it sold. And I actually, I filled up that restaurant. So the owner said to me, do you work anywhere else? I said, yeah, I do. I do have another job like during the day, and I'll come here at night time. I said, well, leave your job, come and do this full time. So, and he offered me a few more dollars above the $15 I was earning at the time.
Yeah.
It's quite funny as well because, obviously he saw a lot of potential in me. So, and he was like, and just take the business card. Tomorrow you go to Farmers, you buy some nice clothes, and you're gonna be in the front door.
Yeah.
And so and that's how so all of a sudden I'm at the door and people thinking, it's the manager, but I didn't have my manager certificate at the time. So I was at the door doing the major league, trying to sell, fill up the restaurant. Like in 4 weeks straight, I did my job. I actually made the guy richer and so he had another shareholders in Nevada at the time. It's Kupulai, nicest guy you ever met as well. He was there. He said to me, "Oh man, where did you learn all these skills?" And I said, "Nowhere. What was your last job?" McDonald's.
Yeah.
I said, what were you doing at McDonald's? Well, I used to make burgers, and and then I did customer service for a bit, and then I became the swing manager. And then they said, "What's a swing manager?" I said, "All you do, you look like a manager, but you're not. You come and work all day, and you're in the middle of trying to call like the show, but you're not a manager. You're just there, you're working." And he said, "Man, so this is all coming naturally to you." I said, "Yep." I just sold the fish. I think the fish is a hit. And lamb shanks, the lamb shanks are, because every time I haven't had lamb shanks from that place in that time. But I look at it, I was like, man, it looks good. And, with 2 shanks, they were selling for $28 at the time. So I thought it's well worth, because some places it's $28 for one. For one shank, So that was another one I sold. But it's all like you said, it's like art, and also got to be good at what you sell, and the kitchen better be spot on to what we served. We had a good chef at the time, Turkish guy as well, and he had a crew of Vietnamese guys. Oh man, they were funny, and they were good days, good old days. Yeah. And like that place, I was maybe myself and another guy were the only Kiwis there. Well, consider myself Kiwis, but yeah. And the rest were all from overseas, from South America, it's from Europe, and so it's all mixed. So that was a good combinations, and so good old days. Yeah.
So do you think it's just your personality then? Because you know how you just got sounds like you just got jumped into. They threw you in the deep end. Like go up front, try to get people in. But you're just doing what you thought because it's like there's no textbook to tell you what to do. Huh? You just went out front and thought, oh, this is what I have to do. This is what I have to say. Next minute it's happening.
Yeah, no textbook at all. It's all come naturally to me.
But then I don't think a lot of people can do that. Do what you did there.
No. It's funny that when I used to work at Invito, he poached me from there because the guy that owns Invito at the time, he used to work for Mecca as well. So, and they had whatever happened between them, so he started up his own business right next to Mecca.
All right.
So I did exactly the same thing. I went work for him because he offered me more dollars, more money, and I ended up filling up this place, and Mecca was empty. So, but yeah, like you said, I think it was just I consider it as a gift, I guess, like being able to talk to people and not shy away, and just be friendly, I guess, and yeah.
But that's the secret, I think, to make that profession work for anyone that's in it. Being a people person, being able to talk to people and all that.
Yep, absolutely. Every now and then, because my work now is based in the city, and when we have our breaks sometimes or our maintenance days, we go for a wander. And I've seen the hospitality industry from all different angles, and I'm walking past and there's a few people trying to do what I used to do, they're trying to sell to the place or whatever. And I feel for them because I've also like seen walkers just like they look, and you got to be able to read people sometimes, because some people, they don't want to be bothered. When they're reading the menu, they just want to look. So you got to pick the right time. But I've seen quite a few along down the Wynyard Wharf there. There's a lot of people trying to sell, and then they also they're pushing too hard, trying to get customers in, but they're just not reading the language, the body language, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's I guess like not only you got to be good at what you do, but you also got to read the customers' reactions as well. So body language of how because like I've done it before as well. Like I walk in there and then they're like, just want to read, and that's enough to tell me they don't want to be bothered. So the only thing my favorite part at that time, they said, look, I just want you to know what's special this evening, and that's it, and I'll leave it to have a read. And then they will read and go, what's the special? And they started chatting to me. Yeah. And then I'll say, and all of a sudden we engaged this conversation. And I was like, and then they said, is there a table for 2 or 4? And I was like, oh yeah, come on in. So you got to be able to read them like in different ways. So, and it's hospitality for you. So yeah, and there's a lot of people do well, and a lot of people, they still enjoying it. And it's lack at the moment, and it's not. I guess like I'm old school. It's the service when you just want a drink and you go order, and it takes a long time to come out, and it's frustrating for a lot of people. And I remember being at SPQR, and this place is busy, and I was a bartender there throughout the World Cup time, 2011.
That's in Ponsonby.
Yeah. And I was, we had a good team behind the bar with, and you should be able to work by yourself and make cocktails while you're serving tables, as well as, customers that come up at the bar. So it had to be switched on, to do that sort of stuff. And there's an order come through almost every second. And you gotta you're reading the orders. Yeah, oh man, and there's a time there's orders that I've made, cocktails and wines and beers is all ready to go, but the waiters are slow to get it out. But what I'm saying is that place is one of the best customer service that I know in hospitality, and their service is spot on. They great people. They work in there. They just order comes through, the bartender's onto it. Goes into the kitchen's onto it, and they've got a well established systems that it's been there from day one, I guess, before we came along, and yeah, we just had to carry on that, and it's good to from my point of view, when I go to a bar, I like to be served like that because I know I've done it to others, but you can't be happy everywhere you go. You can't get it everywhere you go nowadays. Yeah. Christmas time, you wait almost 40 minutes for a drink to come through if you're table service. It's just, it's too slow. Yeah.
I think even with the cost of living going up, I think hospitality industry is getting a hit right now. Like people are not eating out anymore, sort of thing.
It's too expensive.
It is too expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive. Like every now and then we go out when we have maintenance day. We walk up to just a few places in the city to buy something, and just a little sandwich is $16. And you have to buy something to have it. Us, we eat a lot, and like one little sandwich is not enough. So you're gonna end up spending 20 plus for a little lunch that you expect. McDonald's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like I every now and then I get our kids if we're too lazy to cook, get the kids a Happy Meal. The Happy Meals I can't remember, but
$10 yet?
yeah. I remember when I was there.
Yeah.
They were like $3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe less than that. It was like $3, and it comes with the toys. Now it comes with a toy as a cardboard. Like it gets wet. That's it. It's changed. It's changed big time. And yes, people are struggling to go out and spend money. It's like including us. Like we barely eat out. We every now and then we treat ourselves. We'll go somewhere else. But mainly special occasions. But not what it used to be. Like you go with $100, you're satisfied. Nowadays you go with $100. If it's 4 of you guys, you buy a round, you got $40 left. So yeah.
Because sometimes I wonder, when how can people afford to stay out late now, like past midnight, still be buying beers in town? It's like, hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You must have spent $300 already with your past midnight.
Yeah. And for me, there's still a lot of people out there. They just work to go out. They don't do anything else in between. They just work. Payday. Okay, that's us. We're going out. So that is the whole salary, or your week salary that you're going to go out, and so $600 can go just like that in a night. So they don't feel great the next day, and then going to be back at work and trying to earn again. It's different stories. I mean, we used to do it, so but back then, at least it was affordable. It was it wasn't $10 a Heineken. It was like $5 or something.
Yeah.
And then you get to places that we know the bartenders, they give us discount or a free shot.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't say that. I don't know. I think there's people out there, they just want to work and go out, and nothing to worry about. They're renting, nothing else to pay but their rent and a little bit of food, and they'd rather go out and enjoy a good time. Which is we miss the old days. Clubs were good. The music was good. Like people, like when we go out, we spend money, but we also like on the dance floor.
Yeah.
You go to, I don't know about nowadays, but what I hear is you go, there's no dance floor anymore. Like
Nah.
it's
No one dances anymore. It feels like.
man. Yeah, it's not the same. Not the same. Yeah. We feel old, but actually, our days were quite good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've got a lot of work colleagues that still got to restaurants and that.
Aye.
And the weekends, they're always talking about it at work when we come back to work.
You're
when we have a
still
chat.
designing. Yeah,
Yeah, in town.
Out in, yeah.
Yeah, in town.
Yeah.
But it's interesting there because a lot of them are complaining about service.
Yeah.
A lot of them now because it's I think because the cost of living.
Yeah.
I think restaurants are struggling.
Yeah.
To maintain, and so there's less attention taken to the service now.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a work farewell for one of my colleagues because he retired and he's turned 65.
Aye.
So we had a farewell party at on K Road. There's a bar, like a wine bar there, on the corner there.
Yeah, I don't know what's there now.
You know,
No.
I know now these days. But man, the service was really bad. Like you order a drink and it takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get to you.
That's what I just said. Like,
Man.
yeah, it's taking the service nowadays is so slow that sometimes, like, every now and then we go for a beer on our last day at work, and there was a time we waited for, like, we look around, there was about like 5 tables, all table service, and then we went out to get a beer, and they go, oh, take a seat. We paid, we took a seat. And almost half an hour we're sitting down, and we looked around. It's only about 5 tables. They've all got their drinks, but they forgot our drinks. Yeah. So because we paid and walk away, and so we went up to them, and it's like, I'll order. So anyway, the guy got so one of our workmate got a tap beer, and it was flat as well. So so those little things. It's the hospitality nowadays. I don't know a lot about what's going on there, but my wife and I went to Kingi restaurant just not long ago, and the service was great. But the guy that actually owns Daily Bread.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny enough that I knew him from back in the hospitality day.
Oh yeah.
So
where was he then?
Seoul as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was one of the chefs there at the time. So we used to obviously go for drinks after work, and all of a sudden he's started up his own business. He's the founder of the Daily Bread.
Oh yeah, because they got one in Point Chef.
Yep. Yeah. There's a few around. Yeah. So, but yeah, Kingi in the city. We went there, and obviously his background's from hospitality. That he want to make sure that it's all. So that was good. But we like I said, we haven't been out much, so I don't know much about the hospitality nowadays. But I know when closer to Christmas, you catch up with your workmates and have a few beers. It takes ages to get a beer. It takes a while to get a beer out of these guys. So
When I hear about the complaints at work, like a lot of them, it seems like it's across the board, and it seems like they don't care. I mean, there's so many of them doing bad service. It's like I don't know if the people that are working there are well looked after anymore.
And and also I think sometimes it's the attitude as well. They look angry. So when they look angry and you're trying to buy something, and then you look at their face, it's like, oh my God. And then that's going to make them even more angrier. And then that's why it takes ages.
Yeah.
So it's just from my point of view anyway. Cause,
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Because when I see that, I go, because we had our Christmas lunch at in LSE, the Max Bar there. So when we arrived, it was busy, and so we ordered at the bar. Then we had a table booked for our group, and and then more arrives, and they say, oh, we're going to do table service now, only table service. So that's good. But because she was busy, and some of our staff was trying to grab her, hey, can we order them?
Yeah.
So at the time, she was probably angry at another table. And the way some of our crew were trying to approach this waitress and got her more angrier. And then, man, it took ages for our drinks to come out. So,
well, that's exactly what happened to us when I told you about the farewell.
Yep.
At that K-Road place.
Yep.
That wine bar. That was the system they chose to use. They have one girl running around. She just gets the orders and comes back, and then the people behind the bar, they make the drinks.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work when everybody wants to drink it all at once. And then how you gonna do that?
Yeah. So, and that's the thing as well. You know, it's in hospitality as well. Like, they're struggling to make money, so they don't provide enough staff to look after this amount of people at that time.
It's a flow-on effect, though.
So for one person to look after quite a few people, of course she's going to get upset. You know, it's especially people flipping their hands. Hey, can we get some drinks here? Yelling, you know. I mean, it's rude in a way, but sometimes if you wait it for so long, you know, like you gotta, you know, either do that or just go out to the bar and get it, and then they say, "Oh, table service." And it's like, sorry, we waited for like an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. It's a hard one to judge because it's now that the hospitality, like you actually need to make sure that there is enough stuff on the floor, but at the same time, like money wise, you know, like they don't want to go overboard and not making money. So, and like you said earlier on, that there's a lot of places that shut down, and Danny's Orleans is one of the best examples. When they it's well established, the organisation. So great.
We're still there.
Yeah, still around. Yeah, they own quite a few. So, and there's other places they still going because they've done well. They stuck to the basics. They, you know, they still have their live music, and that sort of entertainment that, you know, that attracts some people. You know, and midday you walk past, there's a guy singing. Oh man, let's go for a beer. You know, it's just, you know, it's a simple thing that you do, but it works. You know.
Did you ever? I know you owned the bar back at Princess Wharf, but no inklings of doing it again? Having another go at owning your own place?
No. I've done my time.
Yeah.
I think we it was, at the time I thought it was good, but at the same time, like, I'm glad it was over. You know, it's just like, it's not easy, because we were pretty much drinking all the profit as well. Like, you know, like, 'cause like, oh yeah, it's just like you see all this money coming through, and you know, there's a lot of money there. And at that time as well, I didn't have a business plan. So I just went with the flow. The guy goes, 1,000 a week. Okay, I can do that. No problem. So I went with the flow. So
But that's the best way sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta give yourself some pressure.
And so I never really had the business plan for in hospitality. Like, to be honest, if I had the money to buy something now, I'll go McDonald's. It's you know, it's a place that I know the services are, like, not every McDonald's are good, but I know you can make it a better place. You know, if I had the money, if I want to go back to hospitality, so McDonald's, I know it's fast food and all that, but you know exactly what you're selling. You've got the products there. You got
System was already in place.
Yeah. So they well established. So yeah.
You should watch this. I don't know if you watched the program, The Bear. It's on Disney. It's a movie. It's not a movie. It's a series. But it's about the chef. He's like a star chef. at the Flash restaurant in Chicago. But his brother owns a sandwich shop.
This is a true story.
Nah, it's a TV series.
Yeah.
But there's this restaurant in the TV series. It must be a real restaurant because the service is next level. They actually study the guests. They do the background checks on the guests that are going to come on the waiting list.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so they've got private investigators that go out, find out what they like, find out why they come into the restaurant that day.
That's the next level.
Find out all these things so then they know what to do when they get there. So there was this table, this family came, but they found out that the investigator found out that this family, they saved all their money for 2 months to come to the restaurant.
Wow.
So they found that out, told the manager, okay, you know what, we're going to let them eat for free.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because, they saved all that money. So that was the thing. So, but the actual studying the guests to find out
that's actually...
find out what they like and they do something special. Like they found out that one of the guests' favorite food is a pizza.
Right.
So they found that out before, and then they ordered their meal. But then they got a runner to go to the pizza shop, come back with that pizza that she likes. Yeah. Then they gave it to the chef, and the chef made it fancy.
Oh yeah.
And gave it to her like that pizza that she
always likes.
Yeah, she always likes. It's that kind of stuff. Huh? Yeah. That's next level.
Wow, that's the next level. That's because like
even the
So obviously you have to book in advance, so for them to do all that research.
Yeah. But then they also send the Uber.
Right.
If you cancel your booking, and they'll get the next person in, but they'll send the car to pick them up to bring them to the restaurant.
Well, I'll say this: that it won't be long until that is around. So that's the way to go, man.
But it's all convenience, huh?
Yeah. So like you said, like they have to study the customers. So if they find out it's a criminal, what are they going to do? So, but with lots of money.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get a gun. No, I was just kidding. No.
No, but I just found that was amazing. Like what the next level is about. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see it's going to happen anytime soon over here because that's a lot of work. Because you have to pay those people that do the studies and surveys and investigate. That's everyone has to get paid, right?
It seems over the top.
Yeah.
But then I wonder if it's true.
Yeah.
I wonder. But then they must charge a lot for that restaurant.
But you never know. You never know. Like it's probably true somewhere, especially in America or Europe. There's restaurants there that you have to book in advance, right? And we have that sort of restaurants here that have to book a month or 2 months ahead to get a table. And so they probably study here, but we don't know. They're not. They're not telling us. So.
Yeah. I always I think I still like the scene, but I haven't been out there. I haven't been doing the scene lately. Going out to a bar to have a drink, But I think it's still a nice thing to do once in a while. Like I don't know why we don't have seats at the bar at places.
Yeah. I think it depends on the. Oh yeah, I don't know. Not many around now, eh?
Because don't you want to come to a bar by yourself and have a drink by yourself, talk, and then go home?
Yep.
Sometimes on the way home, just stop in and sit down. But you can't even do that. You
have to sit on the table.
If you roll up to a bar by yourself, there's no table. You have to sit on the table by yourself. There's no one to talk to. But you can talk to the bartender. You know how you were at the bar back in the days. There's always someone at the bar, and you talk to your patrons.
Yeah,
there's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's I can't recall if I've seen many around actually.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there's
not what it used
now.
to be. Yeah, not what it used to be.
Unless you're in town.
But I think like at the pubs, I think like I said, Irish pubs and all that kind of stuff. I think they still do that sort of style, having seats by the bar. So, but I don't know much about the city nowadays. So, yeah.
Hey.
so skipping out south.
How's the food over there? Must be nice, eh? A lot of
South?
variety of food over there.
South.
Because I find the food around here, man, there's not much variety.
Yeah. It depends on what you like, but so the wife and I usually cook. Like, we stick to the routine because the kids as well, and we want to cook what they like to eat. And yeah, every now and then I'll cook some Samoan food or Pacific Island foods anyway. So it's usually when the time when Mum's here, my mum's here and coming out west. So instead of cooking, come and get a plate for these guys. But food wise, we barely go out or like to restaurants out those ways. We do have a nice cafe Hill House just down the road, which is it's actually Sally's closing up soon, but they're opening up a couple of I think they're opening up another restaurant soon. So it's a nice cafe to go up. There's a playground there. The kids just play there while we're having a coffee and a bit of food from the cabinet. But other than that, it's not a lot of restaurants out there that we've tried. There is an Italian place that we were in about 3 years ago on our anniversary. It's out at Tortara Park at the Gardens. So it's nice restaurants. The owner was quite nice, and we were just chatting to him as well, and we said, it's our first date since she had a baby as well. And it's like, they gave us a free bottle of wine to take home, so that was nice. But the markets we never go, so I haven't been to one out there. So but we did go to the what was that in Western Springs a couple of weeks ago?
The Pacifica Festival.
Yeah. Pacifica. Yeah, we went there and got a little bit of island food, and that was it. Yeah. But you know the little boys they want to taste things, and then they spit it out. I don't like it.
They're not into island food?
My older son, he likes taro with coconut every now and then, and chop suey, and then he goes off it sometimes. He doesn't want it, and then but the little one, he eats everything. So he's alright. So try everything. Yeah.
I didn't make the Pacifica Festival this year. I think last time I went was before COVID, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But when I do go, man, I'm straight to the hangi.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place, really.
Yeah. But there's quite a few Pacific Islands shops there.
At the festival.
Yeah. So I barely go. I think it's the first time I've been in years. But it was good to get the kids out as well. So there
was an article in the paper about moving it to South Auckland.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but I was like thinking, I think they should leave it.
Yeah, Western Springs is the place.
It's central.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a nice park, man.
Yeah, but whereabouts in South Auckland going to go?
I think they went there before one year.
Well, Takanini is the only place with that Pullman Park
Yeah.
area. That's the only massive area around there.
But it's like flat.
Yeah. So then it'll be like you can see everyone from one spot. So
too hot. No, there's no shelter. Yeah.
And when it gets too close as well, you can't hear other countries' music.
Yeah.
Like when we were there, the Samoan area was so loud I can hardly hear the Maori side. And that's like, but that's how it is, right?
No, I think they should. I said they should stay there because it's in the middle of Auckland. Everyone can come to it.
Yeah.
And the Palangis, they love it.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll go all the way to South Auckland to go try out the food. if they ever moved it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but I think Western Springs, is the place
Yeah,
for it. So it's been there for years. So why move?
yeah.
And everyone knows. So,
Yeah, man. So, man, you got out of the hospitality business. You just thought that was enough. That was enough for me.
yeah. So
Too many hangovers.
yeah, yeah. I met one of the guys I know. I was living with a South American guy at the time. Then I met my neighbor, and he one of their in-laws works on boats, and so we were having a drink one night, and then he turned up, and I met him that night, and I started talking to him, and he said, "Oh yeah," I said, and I was still at SPQR at the time, so he said to me, "Oh," well, I asked him, "So you on boats? What do you do?" And he said, "Oh, so I'm just in the middle of getting my engineering to be a qualified, certified engineer." So I said, "Oh," after he talked to me like that, even though I was drunk at the time, and I said, "That's what I want to do. I want to be an engineer, but most importantly, I want to be on boats at the time." So I asked him, "Hey, is there any jobs available?" And he said, "Give me your CV, I'll take it."
Oh yeah.
So I got my CV, gave it to him. I said, "Man, doesn't matter where I work, cleaning, whatever, I'll take it. So I'll start from somewhere." And yeah, that's how it all started. So he took it, and got a phone call 2 weeks later. I was like, "Oh, do you want to come for an interview?" At the time, he said, "Oh, you have to come all the way to Half Moon Bay." I've only seen Half Moon Bay boat.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh man, do I have to catch the boat?" I didn't realise you had to drive there.
Yeah.
You can drive there as well. So I've only seen the boat, and I'm thinking, is that an island at the time? So I didn't know where Half Moon Bay at the time. So, and I asked,
That's how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I asked Robinson, the guy, I said, "Hey, where's Half Moon Bay?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's just out Howick way." I was, "Oh man!" And so yeah, so I went for an interview, and so got there. The manager at the time, Richard, he goes, "Okay, we'll go for lunch." I was like, "Oh sweet." I didn't have any money. I was like, "Oh, okay, let's go." Yeah, so we went for lunch, and we went just on a corner in one of the restaurants there, and he shouted. So I was like, "Oh, thank you." And at the time, I was like, "Man, thank God that he shouted."
Oh, he has to shout. He has to shout.
So, yep. So so we had a conversation, and he goes to me, and he offered me a job just full time for summer. I turned it down. I said, because I wanted it full time. So I said, but the contract he was offering me after the summer, that's me. So that means I had to go look for another job. So I said to him, I kind of like hoping for a full time, and so I've got rent to pay and a few bills to pay, and he goes to me, "Oh, yeah, I understand." I said, "I'll say no. And I'll just keep looking." On my way home that same day after lunch, I shook his hand. I was like, "Oh, sweet." Yeah. At the time, I was thinking to myself, did I make the biggest mistake,
Really?
turning down the job?
What was going through your mind?
Yeah, so what was going through my mind is that I wanted full-time, and the full-time that I don't have to move again. And I was working full-time at the time in hospitality, and that's what I said to him. I've got a full-time job. I'm not looking for part-time. I'm just looking for opportunities for something different, but full-time. And yeah, so on my way home, I was thinking to myself that, oh, did I just make the mistake there, turning down the job? And I was like, oh, no, I've got a full-time job. So, like, so I got home, I was like about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I saw a missed call that an unknown number. I was like, oh, I can't call back. I was like, then, like, so I kept the phone next to me. I was watching TV, and it rang again, and unknown. So I answered it, and it was Richard. And said, hey, I spoke to the ops manager, and I think he likes your attitude, the fact that you turned down the job, because he wanted the full-time. We are offering the full-time contract, and how soon can you start? I said, I had to give 3 weeks notice in the job. I said, what are your hours there? Can you do some hours in between just for training? And I said, oh yeah, no problem. So I did that. So
nice.
yeah, so I had set hours in hospitality at the time. So I always work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, have Friday night off, and then work Saturday Saturday day, and then Sunday off. So I had set days off, So yeah, I did my training on a Sunday, and I was like, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, all good. I'll come in and I was just tell me where I have to go, and they say, so he sent me an email off the roster and said, I'll put you on this vessel, which is where the Fijian mate of mine that got me a job. So I'll put you with him and just train as he just helped behind the cafe and be a deckhand. So I was hired as a cafe person, and
like a barista.
Yeah, but it's one of those cafes that on the boat that's you don't have to make coffee; you just push the button, and you just sell the toasty. Like the toast is all pre-made; you just have to toast them.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it was an easy job.
Yeah,
and obviously, and drinks as well and everything. So I did. And
so it's kind of hospitality.
Yeah.
Again,
and I was pretty much they're like, and I said, this is not what I wanted to do at the time now. and then the guy goes, no, you're gonna be a deckhand. I said, oh yeah, sweet. So I got into deckhand, and I got trained, and I had no experience, no tickets, nothing, and so I started learning the ropes and everything, how the splice, how to tie up, and loading cars and directions and all sorts, and learning the rules on the boat. So I was just, the first 4 months I was there, I just kept on reading, and so at a time as well, I wanted to do a, so they wanted to send me to do the course, the first aid, do firefighting.
Yeah.
So I did all those courses because it's part of the ticket, and that I only had my driver's license, and my R18 card.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have a passport, and but with when you do a ticket, they need a passport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at the time, I was a very naughty person. I had got caught a few times drinking driving.
Yeah.
So my work didn't check my background. They just hired me, and without checking my background. So I got lucky there.
Right.
Yeah, and fortunately I had my license, which was all good. So I couldn't get my tickets. So I was working as a deckhand for 3 years, not qualified.
Right.
But but that was all right because I was working under someone's tickets at the time, and so it was all good. And then finally, things get on the way, and I said to myself, man, I need to get my tickets, otherwise I'll be in the next 5 years, I'll be still no tickets here. So eventually they agreed to do my deckhand for the Maritime New Zealand. So I did all the exams and the courses and
How
stuff.
long does that take to do?
Not long at all. The wait was for my passport.
Oh,
Yeah. And
so
they
you can get a passport though.
oh yeah. Like I got the passport. This is another funny story. I got the passport. No, but I got the ticket without the passport. Because but then like I got the passport not long after that. So yeah. With the Maritime New Zealand, they're so strict on rules and stuff. So they you have to be like you have to have a clean record of it. So that's why it was good delay on my passport, because they couldn't release a passport unless I'm clean for 5 years.
Right.
Yeah. So 5 years I think.
Went past and then
Yeah.
you're
So
in the
by
clear.
the time I got my passport, my work did a background check on me. I was all clean. So it all worked out. So it all worked out. I was like, oh man. Yeah. So then, because my work at the time was demanding all the like updating on everyone, and they realized they didn't have my passport. So yeah, and then and I got it like just in time, and then they did and they were like, oh, is that all right if we do your background check? And I said, yeah, no worries, go for it. And because it was all wiped off after 5 years.
Right.
So I stayed clean for 5 years just to get it. Yeah. So I never told anyone. Now I just
Tell the world.
Yeah. My wife knows though. So.
Yeah. Oh, so the deckhand, is that similar to? Do you watch that program Below Deck on the Netflix?
Yeah. I've seen a few episodes.
What do you think of that program?
I think it's out of it. It's actually it's true.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of it's all true. Like that's another level, because those are super yachts. And those guys that's their world. You know, it's not like that on us. We don't fight. You know,
Because I had a joke about that. That's it. You put islanders on that program, there's gonna be no drama.
Yep.
They'll do all the work, no complaints.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So with the company I'm working for is you have your set crew. So basically, engineer, you got a deckhand, you got a cafe person, you got the skipper, and that crew became a family. Like and you work so well with these guys for years that your communication becomes just naturally, just know what you're doing. You don't really need to yell or anything. You know, every now and then, if a few things are not going, right, so kind of like, oh yeah, we got to but you become, it's your family daily, and that's what our company is all about. It's this, we worked with the same skipper, same crew on each boat, and unless someone leaves or moving on overseas or something like that, or retired or whatever, but it's the same crew. And it's just like I said, it's like you just know each other so well that but you have a skipper to come in to fill in, because our skipper's on holiday. Yeah, it's a different story as well, because that skipper's not used to
The way you guys work.
how we work. But also they're quite good, because they normally just allowed us to do what we do, and he just follow us. It's the same as me going to another boat. If I'm the engineer of the day, I'll and it's not my home boat, my full-time boat, I just follow however they do it. Even if the deckhand's making the call, I'll follow, because that's their boat. They know how to do it. They know how to load. They know what they're doing.
Right.
I just there, park, and and that's how we operate. But with that below deck, it's I think some of the action on there, at it because it's a TV show, you know, and they want to be, oh, I'm the man, or you know, you do this, do that, and
Yeah.
I think, and that's no, that doesn't happen to where we're at. So yeah, but and we got 5 boats, you know, so.
So that company, is it just like a transport,
Yep.
taking people to Waikiki and back?
Yep, and so cars and people.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So and freights and all that, and also the Great Barrier.
Mm.
Yeah, so as well. So yeah, it's good. It's a good company to work.
Because I remember seeing some of your photos on Facebook, like the nice horizon.
Oh yeah.
The sunrise and all that.
Yeah. It's got to be done, eh? Like
Yeah.
when you see something like that every now and then. Yeah.
I think your caption was, just paradise coming to work in the morning or something like that.
Yeah. yeah.
But it's good to be out there in the sea.
Absolutely. I mean, we have bad weathers too, you know. And when it's bad weathers, we're like, oh man, like we're all like shaking our heads and rolling our eyes, but it is what it is. It's nature, right? It's you can't, you know, if you get wet all day for what we do, we still appreciate what we do, you know. And one of the best things is where we are providing the service to others to get from A to B. So, and yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's almost like hospitality. You meet different people. We met so many different people, right? Not long ago, we met Jason Momoa.
True.
Yeah, so yeah. Actually, we have photos of him, but we got told from his security, do not post them online.
Oh, really?
So they were dead. So,
Yeah.
but nice guy, guy, very nice. Yeah.
Because he's here. I think he's here for another movie or something.
Yeah, I think so. He's. I don't know. I only watch him when he comes out. Right? So, but I just saw what's the other actor? Jack Black. Up the was, you know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
he came up
that
with
was good. That was good.
His band, eh?
Yeah. But he's
Tenacious
shooting. He's shooting a movie with Jason Momoa
okay.
as well. So yeah. But I think Jason Momoa is here for a while because he's not only shooting a movie and he's shooting another series as well. So, but these guys, they travel away, and tomorrow they will be somewhere else in the world, you know. So that's what they do. Yeah.
You know, you got your engineering ticket now. Huh?
Yes.
For that, man, because when I think about the job you do, like being a deckhand, like the opportunities you can get from there, moving up or going on a super yacht, is that one of the things?
No, the super yachts never came to my mind. Actually,
but it's something you could do on, like,
if I want to, we get there. The deckhand ticket is actually quite a very important ticket. You can work like overseas with the deckhand ticket, so it's quite an important ticket. So yeah, if you've got one, you know, it's just use it. If you're wanting to go overseas in super yachts, just go for it. Yeah.
Because I figured, because, you know, with the America's Cup and all that kind of stuff, New Zealand and yachting's got a long history, and, you know, we're not called the city of sails for nothing. But there's a lot of money in the industry, yeah.
Oh,
it's $1 billion. Eh?
Yeah, and they're still asking for public.
Are they?
Don't know why, but they've got lots of money. It's a lot of money involved. A lot of rich people involved in that sports. You know, so that's. You know, we got a few guys at work. They're really into their yacht. And oh man, they talk about it a lot, and I'm thinking, man, nice for some people, eh? Just, you know, and here's us, we're just sweating every day, and you know, as long as the mortgage is paid, and you know, it's the most important thing. Got a roof over our head, so yeah. it's a lot of money involved. It's crazy. With, you know, they asking the public for help, but they all have money. You know,
they just don't want to use their own money.
Yeah. I guess they're smart, eh? They're playing smart. And then there's always going to be a rich person that come along and go, I'll cover it
Yeah.
because he's got money. Like maybe a 20 grand is nothing to him, I mean 20 millions is just nothing to him compared to some of us. Yeah, $20 is everything to us. Yeah, so
I think that's another thing I've learned, and we've known each other since school, but even like since you were working in hospitality, and we were hanging out that time, just like, and what you're learning now through your job now, like the money side of things, like because you're in those industries, hospitality, and now you're in the maritime industries. These industries, you're surrounded by a lot of money, and I think being exposed to a lot of money through all the relationships you've had through all the owners of restaurants, owners of bars you've met along the way, you sort of learn how to be like how to use your finances, or how you sort of learn like on the fly about money, because it's something that people, especially survivors, especially in a young age, we don't really know about how to use money and how to be around money, because all we know is spending money.
To be honest, I did not know how the value of money until I met my wife, and that was 2015. At the time I was working in the hospitality, and I'm always broke on a Monday. I'm always broke on a Monday, no matter what. It's just like, because Sunday was a hospitality day to go out, have a Sunday session, and we all spent money on Sunday. And so I didn't really, like, I was just, earlier days, like at McDonald's, you're getting $500 a week, and they thought, it's good. I was living at home. I was paying a little bit towards mum and dad's mortgage, but nothing major. But then you have all the 400 or 300 to go out with your friends and pass it out or hit the clubs, right? So the value of money at that time was not in my head, like until I met my wife, and she works in a bank, and like, but there was things on my head that I always wanted, is to own a house, is to have a family, and before I met my wife, that thought in my head at the same time that I thought was never going to happen. So I will never have money. I will never have a family, because as you're getting older, you don't. It's like, am I too late? And so the value of money throughout that time until I met my wife was not in priorities to me. So, and I wish I did, because I wish I had, I tried to do savings, and then it gets to probably the most I had, it was like 4,000 or 5,000, and then I go and spend it all. I go, I've got so much money, and then I end up with $0 in the account. So then, as when I met my wife, and we first conversation we had, she wanted to see, like, what's the future like, what I want, and I said those things. I said, okay, I want a family, and I want a house. I want to own a house and a family, and better travel, more travel, and yeah. So still that time didn't have much saving. KiwiSaver was the saving,
Yeah.
and she cared enough to go, that's exactly what I want too. I want a family. So all of a sudden, the money became so important that I started thinking like, okay, wow, that's, now I have to start some savings, or, and when we started off in 2016, we still like kind of like have a few drinks with flatmates and her flatmates, and we go out so every now and then, some weekends, and then 2017 is when we started thinking hard, like about weddings and stuff, or getting married, and and then that's when the money just became more important. Like even like $100 is worth a lot more than $100, So yeah, and then we started saving, put money aside for the wedding. So we got into one account. So, and that is when I learned so much about like how important, like you don't just work so hard. You just work hard and trying to build a family. And our culture, Samoans, Pacific Islands in a way, we send money to, all our hard work, it goes to someone else. And I was thinking hard at that time, all those years, that a lot of us families goes like send money to help others. And yeah, so I was just thinking hard about that. But we were lucky because me and my siblings and, mum and dad, even though we were brought up in Samoan most of our lives, but we only help out if we could. We don't have to send money because we're all here, and it's only when there's, Father Beloveds and, things like that, weddings and funerals, and then they were like, oh, hey, can you contribute like this and this and that? And then, and so one lead to another. So we started saving up. We got engaged 2017 and on Easter weekend. And then the following year we got married. That same year, later in the year, we bought a house. And that's why we bought it south, because, it was at the time the property was hot properties for, but like he's got to find areas that he can afford to get a house, and we were living in Mount Wellington at the time, and so we thought we failed at the time looking for a house. We thought we failed. I said, oh yeah, but when my wife went to a few open homes while I was at work and saw a mortgage broker card, a guy that she knew from back in the day that helped her dad. So he got his card and contacted him, and he was able to help us out. And with all our savings and every single dollar that we had, we brought it all towards our home. And we were lucky enough because, we actually weren't lucky enough. We struggled to look, and we even look in Otara. There was a place in Otara we got offered to us. We didn't want it because a week later, something happened in that area, that exactly around that road, that we were lucky we didn't offer to buy that place. So we kept looking, and we thought we failed, and until the house that we bought in Papakura came back up on the market. It was a private sale, and the couple's already moved out, so the house is empty. So we contacted the agent. It was their son-in-law, and so we went there, and we got the house and offered it to us in the following week. And we're like, and that's what I say, the value of money. I didn't know the value of money until when I met my wife. So I wish my only advice is to, if you're now, it's, just use your money wisely. Don't, the cost of living keeps going up, the houses keeps going up, and everything's just so expensive. So you don't really, if you don't use your money wisely, it's just, you will never get what you want. So
All the amount of money I've spent on going to drinks and bars back in the days, and then because now I don't really go do it anymore. I don't really drink hard out. So, but the money still goes. I think it's going to something else. I think it's going towards food. I think I'm eating more than what I used to eat before. But yeah, man. But do you find that your monies were going towards drinking and going out, and now that's not doing that anymore? Where does all the money go? Well, it has to go to savings, put in the family.
Yeah, absolutely. We're in the same boat, right? It's like the money's just we're out, we used to we caught up a few times, so we were on the same boat on that. It was like,
But I think you gotta actually do something else too, to keep you occupied. Like for me, it's doing this, it's doing the magazine, doing the podcast. That stops me because I find out that Friday nights, how we get the itch on Friday night. You have to go out Friday night. But now it's like, I'd rather be home and do a podcast or do the magazine or something.
Yeah. Well, funny you say that. We started. So there was the crew I had when I was at work. It was an older guy. He passed away. The engineer. He ran, I think, about 63 full marathon, and we always talk about the health, your health and stuff. And then so he was he said to me, you should try just do some walking or running. And I've seen this guy on our days off around the area and out Howick and running, his days off, and he was 70 something. So my wife was, when I met, she was on her journey, the fitness wise as well. So I thought, okay, I want to do something different. So we started. She goes to me. She goes to this women's only gym. It's a new business, just started off. So for me, just started fitness, I need to focus on something else. So I asked the guy, I want to do a half a marathon. How far is a half a marathon? And he goes, 21 Ks. I go, oh no. Really? So I thought half a marathon was 6, I was thinking 6 Ks. And and the best way to actually make you do it is to sign up. I was overweight at the time. I was 108. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, and I wanted to be it all started when I went to do another check for the medical for work, and they told me, hey, look, you need to start at eating healthier, do some exercise, walking, running, whatever, but staying active. And and you're getting older, so your cholesterol is gonna get worse and worse and worse if you don't do something about it. So, and that's how it all started. So, and then my wife's journey, and then so I asked my wife to, we weren't married at the time. She said, hey, I want to do a half a marathon. And she goes, yeah, okay, yeah. So like I said, it's the only way to start is to actually do it.
So you signed up.
So I went online, signed up, paid. I said it was paid.
How much is it?
I think it was 100 something. Well, it was just over 100 anyway. And so there was a few people at work as well. At the same time, they all go, oh, let's do a Auckland Marathon. So I was the only one sign up. So
Oh, yeah.
none of them. So we stay in touch with this group, and my first training, I went, there's a running club at this my wife's gym, and they every Saturdays they do a running club, and so I went there, and it was only about like 8 of us, and at 5:30 in the morning, and so our flatmate at the time, she's a runner, and yeah, she go, oh, come with me, and we'll go, and all right, we'll go, and we got there, and the guy was planning the running. He had 5 different maps of, okay, there's a 3K here, there's a 5K, there's a 8, and there's a 10. Yep. Anyone wants, whatever you feel like running. And I'm like, I don't know South Auckland, because we're in Mount Wellington, so I don't want to get lost, you know.
Yeah.
So, and so I got into I asked my flatmate, she goes, oh, I'm doing the 10.
Mm.
I was thinking, oh shit, okay, I'll go with the 10 then. And I haven't done any brief runs or anything. And
Oh, so you just went straight in,
Yep.
like no
yep,
training?
no training, nothing. And yeah, we ended up running 12. The guy that took the running, he was chatting all the way with others. I couldn't breathe. I was like, got into the hill. I was way at the back. Yeah, we're still good friends with these guys. So I was the last one. I was about 20 meters way back, but I was still kept up. You know, I was like on my head, I can do this. So I just carried on. So they got to the top of one of the hills. They waited for me, and I got there. I was like, and he said, "Oh well." Easiest part now, it's all downhill.
Yeah.
The worst part is I've got a bad knee.
Oh, yeah.
So downhill's even worse.
Worse, yeah.
So I went with the flow. And so we're doing 10. As we got closer, I think we're about maybe only 400 meters to go back to where we started. And one girl was running past us. And so our leader goes, where are you going? So I'm just going to do it around the block. So he turned around, everyone turned around, and I was like, I feel bad if I don't turn around, so I follow.
Yeah.
So, and that's how we ended up doing the 12th run, K. And Friday, that's my point. We going to the gym.
Right.
Yeah, on a Friday night, and we're hanging out there and do practice our techniques and stuff and that.
Did that seem weird?
It was weird. Because we
Also, I feel the same way, man.
Yeah.
Friday nights when I'm doing this stuff, I'm in my back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, I would have been like eager to drink this time.
Yeah. And we started practicing, and I was terrible at because the gym that I ended up joining was the wives, because the men's are now involved. It was CrossFit style of training.
Right.
So now I need to stay busy and get my fitness so Friday nights have become we go to the gym on Friday night at 6:30. We're out there 6:30 at night, and we stayed in until about 9 o'clock.
Oh.
Just practicing movements and
So once a week, every Friday night?
used to be, yep. And I started going to classes on a Wednesday night and 7:30. All the nights I'm not working anyway.
Yeah.
So
Because it's people there, so
Yep.
you're all doing the same thing, so you get
Yep.
to know each other. And,
Yep. So and then I became a regular runner at the running club. And some days on my days off, I'll get up on weekdays. Yeah, I'll do a road run. I just got on the run.
Right.
Don't even listen to earphones. I just run, and I almost like a Forrest Gump, So you just get up and run. And remember, like back in the day when we were playing rugby, we don't do that sort of runs. That's long distance runs. It doesn't involve. Fitness is different. You know, you do sprints. You do quite a few round, like around the block. That's it. It's nothing like running a marathon. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's you know, and I'm actually just signed up for not signing up yet, but I'm going to sign up for the Auckland to do another half this year, and then
When is that date?
November
Oh,
the
okay.
3rd. So yeah, and then a week or 2 weeks after, I've signed up to do a Alpha Challenge in Queenstown. So I got to do that. Like, so that's all rope, a lot of rope work. But yeah, the Friday nights, it's different. It's different nowadays. Like even at home now, I enjoy that now though, because I've got the boys, the kids, my wife. Although she doesn't really like to watch the rugby, but I just put on the rugby.
Yeah.
She would go and watch Friends on her phone, and you know, so she's still watching Friends. Yeah, different lifestyle.
So, you know, when you started your fitness training, like, how was it easy to get into the routine? Was it, or for you, or was it just a mentality thing? Like, obviously you had to eat healthy again, like that transition too, like from normal eating to actually, did you actually go on a diet or just watch what you ate?
At the start, I didn't know how to eat at the healthier level at the start, but I knew fitness is not easy. To get your mind, your body, and everything, you have to work your mental health and mentally and physically together to get it right. And you know, and yeah, it's not easy. But then you're like I said, like you have to set goals to and then you try to achieve it on your head, and that's the hardest part. It's your mentality, trying to work towards of something that you've never done before. I've never ran a half a marathon before. I'm not a long distance runner, but because I signed up, so mentally in my head,
You gotta do it.
yep, and in order to do it as well, you have to run. And so the guy that we started a run club together, he set up the runs for me. He said, do this 8K tomorrow, the following day, or your next one will be a shorter one, which is 5K, and then smash up another maybe 10 or another run. So he set the plan like for me to work on it. And I look at this plan, I was like, oh man, like, so when you you know, it's not wrong. You have to surround yourself with the right people, you know, that's not wrong. And so I look at that, and then I was trying to do a CrossFit. I want to get better at it. I want to learn the technique, the movements and stuff. Then on Facebook, same time, Chris Kummer, a good friend, invited me to this group, Fit Family, yeah. And so I accepted it, and I was just looking at all the people like with their workout, it was motivations, and Dan Stone, the guy that actually opened up this group, he lives in Cocos now. He started this journey, you know, and he's one of the person I look up to. Like, he's doing so well right now. He's competing bodybuilding all around Australia. He's made a name for himself, and he's such an inspiration. Like I looked at him and I was like, oh yeah. So I started following. He does his workout, put it up. You know, he was not shy away with what he does. And I thought, you know what? I'll do the same thing. That's when he started seeing me posting stuff.
Yeah.
Like on Facebook, all my workout, even though I was bad at it, but I started posting because this guy is doing the same thing. Then here's like my wife, man, she's so good. Like she's like better than me, like in techniques and stuff. So all these people around me, like including this guy Dan Stone, like I was like, I was looking up to them.
Mm.
You know, I was like, wow. But and I at the same time I thought I was good. You know, I thought, oh yeah. So and that is what triggered me to carry on, the motivations in my head. And I think I've got a really strong mentality, mentally, to run on my own without in earphones. I can go, like I can get on a road and I run without thinking I'm running 10 today.
Mm.
And I just carry on. And in winter that year, I was just running. Like even running with my warm jacket, and it got wet. It was so heavy. It was full of water.
Mm.
And I ran, I think that day I ran 17 Ks. I used to run from where we used to live in Ellerslie all the way to my work, and then I did a loop around to Botany area. And yeah, and the only reason why I run to my work is because I know I can get water there.
Mm.
So, and I think the distance from where we used to live to there was about 12 Ks. So I just run there and then have a water there, have a little break, and then loop around in Botany ways and run back home. And I never, ever, because, you know, there was an app, like when you run to, I turn the volume down so I don't hear how many I've done. So I just, like in my head, I just want to do it. So I got home and my legs are sore because I got a bad knee. I was like, oh man, why did I do that? So I look at it and I thought, oh, I just did 20 Ks. It was crazy. But like I said, like surrounding myself with the right people. There's the guy that did the run club, actually Johnny, and another good guy, Sean. Sean Darby. They were runners. They can chat and run. I'm like, how the hell did they do that? Because I can't talk when I'm running. I can't talk. So I said, I want one day to be able to do that. I still can't do that. And I'm a little bit fitter than back then.
Yeah.
And I just put my head down and run.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
So how much weight did you lose?
So I was 108. I think it was 108. I went all the way down to 85.
Shit.
So and then when my wife decided, she asked me, "Hey, you want to do a transform with me?" And I said, "Why not?" I always, you know, it's a challenge, you know.
What's transform?
Yeah. So when transformations is like body, like physique, and yeah. So and when she asked me at that time, I haven't started running, like I haven't done the half a marathon yet, and I said, "Oh, we'll do it next year." Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah. So the following year, I kind of like got a little bit in better shape, but not like good physique, like looking. So I weighed myself, and that was 100. Yeah, I think it was 108 then. Yeah, and at the end of transformations I was 85. Yeah.
How long did that take?
12 weeks.
12 weeks?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what were you eating?
Yeah. So strictly to business, you know.
Yeah.
And so my wife and a flatmate, our flatmate at the time, we all decided to get the my food bag, and we cook it at home. So just the food. So 5 from Monday to Friday, and then the weekends we cook our own meal, like make our own. So it was a lot of chickens, breast, like a lot of broccoli, a lot of salads and stuff. Yeah, and you also plan your 6 meals a day. You have your breakfast, your snacks, your lunch, another snacks, and then you have your dinner, and then have your final snacks before bed, and they're not big meals. Everything has to weigh on the scale, and it doesn't matter if it's a gram off or that, but everything has to weigh, and and we still do that right now.
Oh, really?
We still do it. Like, she does. I'm like, okay, is this me?
It's like you do it so often it just becomes normal.
Yeah, that's pretty much and she's very consistent. My wife on a lot of her plans. Yeah, when you stick to a plan, I can guarantee you, straight after a week, you feel different because you're eating differently, and then so as the week goes on, sometimes you feel hungry, like early hours in the morning, but then throughout the day you're not hungry because you're eating. I feel hungry because I start at 4 in the morning, at work, and by 4 in the morning, I don't want to eat that early because I've got a plan throughout the day. So I had to make up a couple of eggs, boil eggs, to eat at that time before I had my breakfast. So yeah, it's and when you're strict to your eating, you know when you're cheating. When you're eating outside of your plan, your body feels it.
Right.
Yeah, it's just you can feel the difference as well, and you feel guilty, and that's when got to get back into it. So with all that process and trying to get fit, you have to stick to your plan and do it. Otherwise, yeah.
It makes sense that saying you are what you eat. Yeah. Because I remember there's one I had a weight loss journey a while ago, and I weighed 130, and I got down. It took me a year, but I got down to 101.
Oh, nice.
Because my goal was 99.
Yeah.
But I never got to 99.
Yeah.
I got to 101, then I went back up to 125. So I'm 129 now. But that was the lowest I've got since school, like 101. But what I was doing, I was running every day. But I was doing that whole just have tank juice during the day, and that's it, and one meal at night, and that was it. But you can tell the difference when you eat junk food.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Oh, absolutely.
Your body's saying, "Hey, what the hell?"
Yeah, you feel sick. You feel sick. It feels nice when you're eating it. You feel sick afterwards. Right now I'm 86, so I haven't gone far beyond, and I do a workout whenever I can, like to on my days off. Sometimes my routine to drop my kids off to daycare, and then I'll go straight to the gym. But sometimes if I have to mow the lawn, or it's a workout as well. I can do all that, or go for a walk. And we've got a full electric car that there's a free charging at our local supermarket. Yeah. So I can go and plug that in, and I'll go walk for an hour or run. So that's what I've been doing lately. But before that, I had surgery not last year, the year before, December, and we enjoy the beers, right? Yeah. And eat and did absolutely nothing, and I started putting the weight back on, and I jumped the scale. I think it was 96, but I didn't mind because I knew I couldn't do much, because of I had a knee surgery. It was but when I was fit to start working out, and I knew what I had to do, to bring it down, I'm not consistently eating healthy, but majority of my eating is healthy. But it's mainly when we're at home, we eat consistently healthy. But at work, sometimes I was like, oh man, I feel like a toasty. I'll have a toasty.
Yeah.
Or like some of the guys at work go up and buy Indian food, or and he's just okay. Oh well, it should have been for Indian food, or so. But so I'll say like 80% of my eating is still good, but the 20% is still unhealthy. But I can maintain myself in a way. And like I said, there's you should look up the Dan Stone
Dan Stone.
yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think Stallion. So he's Dan Stone on Facebook, but he's Stallion something on Insta. So man, he's a inspiration guy. It's a very he was one of the guy that motivated me, all his posts and everything, and he's helped quite a few people as well. And his story is amazing as well. So yeah, and yeah, if you follow him on that, and you will know, So yeah,
I think you're a bit of an inspiration too, man. Because people talk about having the dad bod when you have kids.
Yeah,
but you're like the opposite. You're going the opposite way.
They giving me that way. They're very active kids. They don't stop until they go to bed. Like they literally these two makes me run around the house like about more than I should. Sometimes, but it's good. Like it's good. Like to see, because we're all different in the parenting area. So yeah, I like my kids to stay active, and as well as so as long as they're happy, I'm happy.
But I feel like your health journey is like a lifestyle now. Oh, it is a lifestyle for you guys, you and your wife, and now you've got your kids. I think there's more, especially with the kids, more motivation to carry on. Because you know how we talked about before we got on the mics about friends that have passed away like so early. Like health at our age, man, health is most important now.
Yep, absolutely. As we get older, it's and like that is the key thing for us now, is to trying to look after ourselves, and looking at our families, that trying to get involved in them and be around for as long as we can, right? And yeah, I lost my brother he was only 50, 51, like too young, and he's got he passed away his funeral day, and a week later his grandson was born, so he didn't get that chance to. And that's what I say, the life is too short. Like, we never know what's around the corner for us, but we just have to, but if I could inspire one person, in my life, I'm happy. It's I've got a few just a few friends, like, always man, so proud of you, so proud. People at my work, they just keep saying, man, they're very proud of how far, it's staying in that long, but it's not over yet. It's just we're still going, and like that's my goal as well. Like, for me to stay active is to always sign up. Like, I know it costs money, but it's a goal to achieve. I mean, we're talking about success. Like, it's not all about you're rich. It's also about if you can do it. It's not all about money. It's not all about what you've got, everything. But success also, like, it's anything. You sign up to do a small event. If you finish at the end, that's a success. It's that's the way I look at it at a time. So, yeah, I've come a long way, but it's not over. I still keep going, and I've got a lot of people I met throughout this journey. They're still going hard, and they It's amazing.
Mm.
And that's what I was saying early on. That's not wrong. That surround yourself with that sort of people, and it goes a long way. And they help you out sometimes, They don't have to talk to you. They help you out with if they post something up, you look it up and oh yeah, I can do that, So it's because I go to the gym now. I don't go to the gym that we used to.
Mm.
I just go to City Fitness, and I just go by myself. I just do my own workout.
Mm.
I stuck to my own little bubble and, carry on. And sometimes I've seen quite often, like when I walk in, there's so many people just sitting there, just talk. And, I don't know what motivates them to get to the gym, but they're occupying equipments that we want to work.
Yeah.
And I've seen some ruthless guys telling people move if you don't work out,
Yeah.
which is fair enough, spending their time on their phones and, it's but everyone's got their own way of motivations, I guess. And I like working out alone sometimes, like City Fitness. Some of the gyms, they have the hit room. I was there this morning, and I was by myself. The hit room is massive, and it's got 4 rows machines. There's got all the Airdyne bikes. It's got heaps of equipment in there for workout. No one was working out there. Everyone's out there looking in the mirrors, and there's no mirror in this area.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just smash up your workout, and that's what I do. And I like going that to be a zone out on my own. I've got no earphones on. I just focus on myself, and I just I just keep going until I've had enough. So
So you just stayed. There's no set time or
no set time. Today I did 107 minutes. I think I just carry on until I literally go, oh, I'm done for today.
Yeah.
So and then I just keep going, and I usually have write my own workout as well. Like and I've learned that throughout. Like the gym we used to go to, FitCons, when we first started. The guy, the couple that owns it, they were really helpful along the way. Siorsi and his wife, Brooke, and Siorsi, actually, I knew him from McDonald's. We used to work together.
Oh, yeah.
And we used to play in Massey together. But yeah, they helped us a long way to get into shape and knowing what we can do now. And when we became parents, it's just so hard to get to the gym nowadays. So we just sign up to a normal gym just to, you can go anytime you want, So there's no class times or anything. You just walk in, do a workout, and and done.
That thing about surrounding yourself with people, like-minded people, is I think with you it's good because your wife's into it, which means you come home, it's there around you.
Yeah.
The people you hang around with, like the people at your work, they're into it. You build relationships when you go to these run clubs. You know the people there. You're on Instagram, and it's like, man, the whole community. You're surrounded by this community of like-minded fitness people that want to just be healthy and just work out. Oh, yeah, that's a good. It's a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's different. It's it's everyone motivates each other. You what's it called? It's just that's how they. It's different mindset. Like sometimes, like you almost feel like they just competing with you, but they're not. They just doing what they love doing. And I've seen it, like you do when I was doing that CrossFit thing, and we do a workout, and it's almost like people competing with each other, but they're not. They just want to see what they can do. They just want to carry on. It's not because man, he's going heavier than me. No, it's not like that. It's if that's the way that you can do it. You know, if you can deadlift 100, go for it. I'll stick with the 60. You know, You're like it's different mindset, and it's motivates each other. It's a good thing. You know, I work with a lot of people, like they need help in health, you know, area, and we can help, you know. It's just a matter of they need to find their time for us to be able to help, you know. We're here to help, and that's why when we were talking about our brother, when he passed away, like he was starting his fitness, you know, and he reached out to me. We had a chat, but it was never, the timing was not suitable. Yeah, and same as Ave. We've been talking heaps. We've been trying to merge the time. It's just it wasn't working. And he's doing well. I'm proud of that guy. I keep sending him messages. I keep going. Going. He's a machine.
He just needs to stop eating.
Yeah.
I told him this. The problem with that guy, he trains hard out, but he doesn't. He eats the same. Yeah.
So maybe I'll private message him. I'll give him. Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Absolutely, man. Nah, man, you're an inspiration, man, and I think you're an inspiration because we're old men now, and we're getting on, and you know the weight doesn't go down, but you've just inspired me that, you know, no matter what age, you can start whenever. If you want to turn a different direction when it comes to health, you know. Yeah,
it
can be done.
Little steps, and it makes a difference. You know, there are small events you can do, but man, even walking, it's a workout. You know, but we'll stay in touch, and man, thanks for having me here, man.
No worries, man. Hope you can come back again.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll look forward to the next one.
We'll talk about our favorite team, the Blues.
Yeah, man.
Thanks,
man. And up the was, eh? Up the was.
Nah, not the was.
What about the Maritime Samoan coach?
Before we go,
you
think the Blues are going to win? Or they're looking a bit...
Tell the
truth, Hurricanes look good.
Yeah. For the comp you're talking about, the Blues make the top 4.
Will they win it?
Yes. Hurricanes are looking really good. That's my wife's team, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she's from Wellington. I think the Hurricanes is the team to beat this year. But I'm not going to write off the Chiefs as well. The Chiefs are looking good, but the Brumbies playing well. They're not too bad. I want an Aussie team in there because I want that competition to be back to what it used to be, right? And the Greek and old era, and you know the Carlos Spencer, I like but still backing the Blues to go all the way. But yeah, it's still a long way to go. But you never know, because the Hurricanes. We have to play the Hurricanes twice, eh?
Do we? Oh, okay.
I think we have to play all the New Zealand teams twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then top 4 from then on. Yeah. I think same as Aussie, they play each other twice.
But we played them once. Yeah.
But the Moana Pacifica, it's not too bad.
They're better than the Crusaders right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Who'd ever thought that?
Yeah. No, I mean, they're playing the Blues this weekend, so that's a hard game. But in saying that, the Blues just pulled up the other players, like they're resting some of the forwards. But,
okay.
But the back line's actually, it's the same. It's only Sullivan.
He's injured, yeah. I think Caleb Clark's been playing well this year.
So the whole backline's the same, other than Sullivan. Oh, Rico was back.
He's back.
Yeah, so
HIA.
yeah. So hopefully, I hope the Moana Pacifica put up a good fight. That's all I was for. So, but yeah, go to Blues, eh?
Go to Blues, mate. Thanks, Billy.
Hey, Matt. Thank you for having me here. Yeah.